Hello seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Sun, the natural Atmakaraka, the ruler of Leo zodiac sign, will move in the sign of Gemini on 15th of June and will continue its journey, a usual 1-month transit till 16th of July. Gemini is a zodiac sign that is ruled by Buddha, Mercury. It represents the duality of life. It brings out both sides, the masculine and the feminine, the good and the bad, the yin and the yang. You cannot just simply compare it with 1 and the 0, but it is like infinite possibility between the ones and the zeros. And Sun, when it goes there, the soul experiences that, the soul learns both sides of the coin, and then you should decide what you are supposed to do. Naturally, the Gemini zodiac sign is actually 11th from Leo. Now, Leo is the seat of the king. If the king has to gain its seat, it must understand Gemini, which means it must understand the power of communication, the leadership quality, the ability of bringing people in as friends, the capacity, the bahubal, the ability, the courage. All these things will only improve and take us to the positive direction during this Sun transit. One of the primary reason being Jupiter's presence in the 10th house from the Sun in Gemini zodiac, because Jupiter will be in the sign of Pisces. On the other hand, Saturn will be retrograding back to the sign of Capricorn on 12th of July, 4 days before Sun will make its move in the sign of Cancer. Now, if you observe the position of Saturn, most of the duration of the Sun transit in Gemini, Saturn will be in the 9th house. That means the king, the Surya, has to figure out the true dharma, because a retrograde Saturn in the 9th house will create restrictions how the king operates. The king must find a unique way. On the other hand, the expansionist nature of Sun will be inflamed by the presence of Rahu in the Aries zodiac sign. This can inflame your ego and put you into a situation where you are taking some hasty random decision, a decision that is not well thought, and that can put you into trouble. Ego, unnecessary fights, unnecessary debate, show of authority is going to put you into a spot where your image or reputation can be damaged. So be very careful how you handle your image and reputation in this time. Overall, Sun transit in Gemini is usually very auspicious. It is the natural 3rd house. The Sun learns how to find new ways, how to find a solution, and this is your soul searching time. This is the time of soul realignment. Let's figure out for each ascendant how this Sun transit will pan out for you. But before that, do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. And my request is, comment your views in the comment section. Even if you have nothing to comment, at least say whether you like this video or not, because commenting increases the engagement of the video, and then this video becomes more and more visible in the platform of YouTube, because that's how the algorithm works. Let's spread the word of Vedic astrology. You can also take my consultations. Please drop me an email. Follow me on other social media platforms. All the links are in the description box below. Let's begin ascendant-wise analysis of Sun transit. Aries ascendant. For you, Sun rules 5th house and Sun goes in the 3rd house. This will improve confidence. This will give you greater expression, greater expressive abilities. This will allow your expression to be understood, and your voice will have much brighter tone. You should speak with confidence, and you should allow yourself to experience new things in life. Have that confidence. But in your horoscope, if the Sun is afflicted, this transit of Sun can prove to be a transit of overconfidence. So watch out for that. Help your neighbors. Do not try to engage in any unnecessary debate with people around you. And this can also create ego battle between brothers. So be watchful of any such event in your life. Sun transit in the third house will actually benefit people who are teachers, who are influencers, who are into government sectors, people who are influencers, and people whose voice is their main career area, who earns through their voice and who earns through writing. This also will help you understand your true dharma, your true potential. So try to figure out what you are best at and then try to execute it in your life. Overall, for Aries ascendant, if you truly understand your limits and explore your true potential while being in the boundary of your dharmic limits, you will definitely achieve the best in this time. Small distance travel can also be possible, and leisure trips are also something that you can plan while Sun is in the Gemini zodiac sign. Just one thing to remember. When Sun is in Ardhara Nakshatra, there can be events that will hurt your ego and confidence. Hold your ground. Do not challenge the cosmos. Rather, try to understand the very nature of the problem and try to resolve it by going deep into the roots. Jupiter, which will be 10th from the Sun, will help you and it will ensure that you get proper guidance and proper support. This is an exceptionally brilliant transit for you. Learn from whatever experience you get during this time. Leo ascendant. Your ascendant is ruled by Sun, and your ascendant lord goes in the 11th house in the sign of Gemini. This improves the possibilities of trade and commerce. This gives you better opportunity to grow your income. This gives you much greater confidence in your attempt towards your career, and you will also see results coming in a positive light during this Sun transit. Sun will influence your 5th house, and therefore the money that you get, the appreciation that you get, the honor, the name and fame that you will get in your circle, in your network circle, will give you the stimulus. It will become a motivating factor for you to work more, to deliver better. Watch for every single, however small it may be, every single appreciation, because that will only add up to your confidence. This is a very good time for people who are trying to build new connections, who are trying to expand network circle, who want to meet high net worth individuals, who want to try their luck in politics, who want to go and get promoted to the executive leadership, or who want to even open a startup company. This is a very important time where you can test your confidence, your knowledge, and how it can be translated to earnings. Just you will have to be careful on one factor. Having too much belief on self is okay, but when anything goes beyond the threshold, it can be dangerous. When you trust somebody too much, that person can backfire you. All it needs is one ego tussle, one ego battle. So be humble, be grounded, wake up before sunrise and chant Aditya Hriday Stotra. Chanting Aditya Hriday Stotra and Gayatri Mantra will keep your confidence under check, and whenever you are speaking, whenever you are trying to express, it should show the sign of humbleness, gratitude, and down-to-earth nature. If you encounter ego among the people that you meet and greet, you should still remain humble. Remember, there will be adverse circumstance because Saturn is retrograde in your 7th house. This is like a test. If you pass this test, you will get both career and financial success, and also you will see that the problems in marriage will be resolved. But if you have a bad married life right now, or if you are under some sort of court case, deal it carefully, because Saturn retrograde in the 7th house along with Sun being 5th from the Shani, this can create trouble in marriage. Deal things with maturity. Sagittarius ascendant. In your case, your ninth lord, the Dharma lord, is Surya, and it goes in the 7th house. This improves the relation between husband and wife. This gives you more opportunities towards expanding your business. When 7th house has sun, remember, this is a place where sun becomes weak naturally because that's the time of sunset. So every day around sunset, if you pray to the Surya, just by chanting Aditya Hridaya Stotra, I know that's not the right time, but considering the position of the sun in the Kundali, if you try to address the sun, if you do any good work, even if you chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, chanting the name of Narayan, even Hare Krishna mantra, around the sunset time, the Godhuli Vela, if you do that, this will improve the confidence and this will give you a bright opportunity. Remember, this sun is aspecting you. That means greater ideas will come around sunset and later in the evening. Plan your day well in advance. Plan your next day the previous day. Sun transit in the 7th house can give you new connection in business, new opportunities in business, and this can be really good for people who are into politics, who are the influencers, and this sun can also be good for people who are into government sectors. Sun transit in the 7th house, especially in the Ardra Nakshatra, has to be watched carefully. This can create situations where the team is not performing well, where the people around you are not responding to you the way you are. Remember, it's a test of your dharma. Can you fulfill your dharma in spite of all the challenges? If yes, then you will face no problem. Just ensure one thing, that Rahu is in Bharani Nakshatra in your 5th house, along with Sun in the 7th. This can create problems, this can create unnecessary enemies when you will try to overpower somebody, when you will try to show ego. Rather, you will experience that your spouse or the people around you might try to dominate you. In this case, you have to be very, very tactful. Although Jupiter is positive in the 4th house, this shows that you have a bright and a larger heart, but you must also understand that the world is not like that. Not everyone is equal, but you must treat everyone equally. When Sun is in the 7th house, this is the time when you should actually get up early in the morning and welcome the sun. Giving water to the sun is going to be an exceptional way to improve your solar energy, and this is also the time when you can do Kapalabhati Pranayam and yoga that is concerned around the navel region, if you are allowed to do so health-wise. All these things will only improve the solar energy quality in your horoscope. Gemini ascendant. Sun moves in your 1st house, Sun rules your 3rd house, and when this kind of movement happens, it gives you the hope, it gives you the light. This also means that you will put your efforts towards your own personal development, the development and upliftment of the soul, the confidence, and the spirit inside you. When Sun goes in the 1st house, you must wake up every day before sunrise, chant Gayatri mantra, and welcome the solar energy. Being more active throughout the day, following the solar cycle, eating light food in the night, and doing most of your activity during the daytime should be the ideal way to handle the sun energy while Sun is in Gemini. And if you are a Gemini ascendant, definitely it will mean that lot of efforts will go in trying to understand what you want from life. This is the best time to express your opinion, and if you have to speak your heart out, this is the time. This will be the time when Sun will influence your 7th house, so you can easily figure out, and if you are in a doubt, who your life partner is. This is a doubt clearing transit. This is a transit that will open up the portals, the spiritual portals inside you. This is a transit that will also tell you how to mitigate the business losses. which area of career you should focus into. This is the transit when you should listen to the learned person, some experienced individual, and then their suggestion can take you to some real bright success. Jupiter being in the 10th house is always going to help you. Just keep a tab on your ego and on your greed. Overall, this is a very positive transit for Gemini ascendant. Libra ascendant. For you, Sun will move in your 9th house. This is your 11th lord going 11th from its own sign. This means Bhavat Bhavam. This enhances the quality of the 11th house, and this means luck will favor you. The divine energies are in your favor, and every action that you will do, that you will take, if you are giving proper understanding behind, you will see that your decisions will never go wrong. In this period, you will be able to take brighter, bolder decisions that will put your life on the path of success. You need to ensure that because Ketu is in the 1st house and Rahu is in the 7th house, what and whom you are listening to, whose advice you are trying to follow. On one hand, Sun is going to give you the knowledge of dharma, what is right and what is wrong. On the other hand, Rahu in the 7th house can confuse you. So it's a fight, it's a war internally between the illusion and reality. So you must chant the Asatoma Sadgamaya shloka every day and chant Saraswati mantra. This will help you increase your wisdom. This is also a very good time for people involved in business, export and import of goods. Your income will increase. The potential of your growth is very high in this time. Health-wise also, this shows a very important time where you only stand to gain provided you are following the boundaries of dharma. And with dharma, what I mean is spirituality, what is right and what is wrong, inclusive lifestyle, and the lifestyle of the divine. Aquarius ascendant. Sun moves in your 5th house. Sun is your 7th lord, and when 7th lord goes in the 5th house, this means your business can be associated with learning. This is a very good time for students or people who want to get involved into academics, certifications. It is also a good time for teachers or who want to pursue their career, future career in the teaching profession, educational line. EdTech will see good improvement if you are attached to the EdTech sector in the business. Sun is also going to represent your spouse or basically the circumstance. And when the Sun is in 5th house, it shows that you must learn through the adverse circumstances of life. And these adverse circumstances will act as a guiding light. Say, you were hoping for a certain kind of event, but you got backstabbed. What did you learn from this? The learning, the teachings that will come will only put you into the path of success. Remember, your ascendant Lord Saturn is retrograde in your 1st house, and it also aspects the 7th house. All of it talks about learning, gathering the experience and upgrading your wisdom. The Sun transit is like a transit that will teach you a lot of things. Absorb as much as you can. Capricorn ascendant. For you, Sun is forming Vipreet Raj Yoga. Adverse situation will give you positive outcomes. Just you need to face your fear and take the challenges head on. You need to understand your responsibility and execute it with full heart. Sun being your 8th lord goes in 6th house. This is also good for people who are fighting with certain health issues, because this will improve your health, provided you are ready to bring your attention towards that health. Who will ignore the health will also see some issues coming up, because Sun means bringing things into limelight. And if you have hidden health issue, it will come into limelight. Exercising, yoga, pranayam are the best ways by which you can handle the negative outcome of the Sun transit, although it's not a negative outcome, but it's just the damage that has been done that comes into the limelight. The negativity gets burned. So this is the time when you should pray to Bhagwan Ganesh. Chanting Ganesh Kavach and chanting Ganesh mantra Om Gam Ganapate Namah is going to be extremely beneficial for people who wants to overcome the obstacle. This is the transit when you will win over your enemies. This is the transit where you will know who your true friends are. This is the transit that will open your eyes and give you a sense of reality. This is a brilliant transit because it has Vipreet Rajyog. In spite of all the negative situation in life, you will get to know how to come out of that and how to be victorious. This is the transit of victory. Your Lagna Lord is in the second house, which means this transit also talks about getting rid of the loan, getting rid of the prarabdha karma, doing things that improve your life. Financially, you need to be careful. Do not take bigger loans. Don't be of a hope that the future will be bright and so you take an enormous amount of financial load today. Balance your finances, balance your words. Don't try to create new enemies, but observe who your true friends are. Taurus ascendant. Sun is your fourth lord and it moves in your second house. This is again a very auspicious transit, considering that Sun was in your first house. From your first house, Sun moved into the second house. This, being the fourth lord, will bring more happiness in the family. This brings vitality, light, hope, and happiness, peace of mind. And this will not only affect you, but the entire environment of the home and the family. This also means that something good can happen, some auspicious event can also happen in your family, at your home. And this is the best time to correct any Vastu remedy, any Vastu dosh by doing Vastu remedies in your home. People who want to buy property can also try to actually look out for good properties in this time, because this may give you a better opportunity to find something that suits your need. Obviously, whether you should buy or not has to be seen from your horoscope, but at least the transit gives an opportunity that you may encash, that you may use. The Sun being in the second house will also correct your diet and food habits. So people who are trying to lose weight or who are just willing to get rid of a disease or want to get fit, this is the best time. Eat light, eat healthy. Sun also watches the 8th house, which also increases the vitality, the potential in your savings. So you must invest wisely at this time, and if your investment are wise and if your investment are planned for a long-term approach, you will see that you will only stand up gaining things. Overall, this transit can be financially beneficial. From the perspective of family, this is beneficial, and if you have any dental issue, address it immediately. It's a positive transit, make the best use of it. Virgo ascendant. Sun rules your 12th house and Sun goes in the 10th house. This gives greater opportunity and brings transformation in the career. When Sun rules the 12th house, people who are involved into export and import business, export of goods and services, will see great boost in this time. If you want to start something remotely from your home, or if you want to start something that is expanding your business or expanding your career outside your home territory, home state, home province, this is the best time. This is also the time where you will have to travel for your business, long distance travel, maybe a foreign travel can happen. People who are looking for getting visa for the foreign country, maybe for education or for job, will also see their things moving in a positive direction. 10th house, Sun can also bring transformation in your image, in the reputation. So how you project your personality matters the most in this time, especially if you are a Virgo ascendant native. Now, the good thing is that Mercury is in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is your 9th house, and Lagna Lord being in the 9th house is a Raj Yoga. Along with Sun in the 12th house, this completely transforms your personality and gives you greater projection of the self. This is the right time for image correction. This is the right time to discuss your career with your supervisors, and if you want to change the domain, if you want to pursue something big, if you want to take bolder decisions in your career, now you can take, because Jupiter, which is in your 7th house, is aspecting your ascendant. Overall, it's a very good time. It's a time for financial development. It's the time for career development. Make the best use of it. Cancer ascendant. In your case, the second lord goes in the 12th house. Now, this is the time when you have to spend, and you must figure out the amount of expense that you have to do to at least meet your needs and desires. Now, if you try too much to hold your money back, then you will only see that the expenses will become compulsory, they will dominate, and you won't be able to save your money. On the other hand, the amount of outflow will increase in a way that you won't even realize how much money has gone out of your account. So in both the case, you can't restrict much, you can't let it go out too much. So you need to find that median, the middle path, where you're not being too restrictive, also you're not spending with both hands. This is a bad time for investment. But if you are going to invest in a foreign country, if you are going to earn money in foreign currency, if you are planning to export your services in a way that brings foreign wealth to the country, or at least the knowledge is being spread throughout the world, then this is a good time for you. This is a good time for people whose voice, who are speakers, who are orators, who are thinkers, who are philosophers, who are doctors, who are scientists, who are preachers. Their words will spread, and that can bring revenue, that can spread the knowledge and bring back the knowledge. So it is an exchange of knowledge, it's an exchange of words. This also means that you need to give up at least one food because it will affect your health otherwise. The sun, being the second lord, also talks about values. So you will also see that the value system in your house, in your mind, will become weaker. Emotionally, it can be challenging, especially because Saturn is in the 8th house. So when we see so much of adverse situation, what should we do? Then we should only follow the path of Jupiter, because Jupiter in the 9th house is talking about learning. It's talking about dharma, following the path of spirituality, and with every adverse situation, it will become a lesson. Try to gather as much as information as you can, because it will save you from the darker side of life. Pisces ascendant. Sun rules your 6th house, and this Sun goes in the 4th house, and therefore this can resolve disputes in the family. This can also give you an opportunity to buy a property through loan. So if your loan processing is stuck for some reason, you may see some ray of hope here. If you want to sell a property to repay your debts, this is also the time when you will be able to proceed in a proper manner. Jupiter is in your 1st house, therefore the overall projection of life will be only towards positive side. When Sun will be in Ardra Nakshatra, you need to watch out for events in the family that can cause disturbances. Do not try to be a rebel in this time, because that will only disturb the family environment. While Sun is in the 4th house and it aspects the 10th house, the chance of work from home increases. So if you are trying to find a new job where you can work remotely, this is the time when you will see some good success. You will also see that the elders of the family will give you some good advice, some beneficial advice, and you can, if you implement that in life, you will only going to grow more, you will only going to be protected from the negative energies. This is also the right time to do Vastu remedies in the home and also in the office. Now observe that Rahu is in the 2nd house. And when Rahu is in the 2nd house, you need to watch out for what you speak and how you speak, how you express your heart out. If you're going to express in a very dominating manner, if you're going to express in a very authoritarian manner, then this may create a lot of problems, this may create disputes and enemies, and you may encounter some sort of retaliation from the people, from the circumstance. So be careful on that angle. Overall, it's a very positive transit. It's a beneficial transit. Both Jupiter, Sun, Mercury, planets are going to help you. But remembering things in the past or bringing old memories, trying to settle old scores should not be the case. Otherwise, Saturn, and Rahu, which is making your ascendant go in Pap Kartari, will block your every move and can put you into a situation that is not so great. Do not rely too much on Jupiter being in the first house, because Jupiter is the planet of Dharma, and if your actions are not according to Dharma, means which is not according to the right path of life, then there will be blockages, and you will see that your health will become a bigger factor here, a bigger blockage here. Overall, take care of your health of heart, lungs, take care of your food and diet. Be more happy, be more cheerful, because Sun will rekindle the happiness inside your heart. Take the name of God, chant the Hare Krishna mantra, and you will see that you will feel the divinity within you. Seek the light. Scorpio ascendant. In your case, the 10th lord goes in the 8th house. This brings transformation in your career. You might invest in some certification. You might pursue a new type of career, a kind of a path that will transform the way you earn. This is also important for people who are into media, who are the public figure, because this affects the reputation in the society. When Sun is in the 8th house, remember, this is a very unique placement. 8th house is like the underground. It is a pit inside the earth, and a ball of fire, when it goes inside that, illuminates what was supposed to be hidden. You will get to know new areas that you can explore. This is the time to figure out what was the areas that were always out of line of sight. Your blind spot no longer becomes the blind spot, but this also means that light to the other houses goes dim. That means this is the time to invest. You might not get anything in return, but this is the time to explore, learn, experience and invest, and that will lead you to the path of success. Your Lagna Lord Mars is with Jupiter in the 5th house, which also talks about learning and gathering experience. Teachers, scientists, philosophers will see great boost in their career. People who are married and are having difficult time will now see that they will be able to understand and will be able to convince and live a harmonious life. Overall, it's a very positive time. Make the best use of it.